Hello again. Yeah, the game crashed again. It actually took my whole system down this time. I got a good old-fashioned blue screen and had to restart my computer. Unfortunate, but I felt like I wanted to give the game a little bit more of a fair shake because I didn't get very far with I didn't even get through the tutorials, all of them. So thought I'd make another video here. I'll try to go through it a little bit quicker this time. Just gonna go ahead and start with tutorial 3. Enemy staging point, destroy their forces. So this apparently is going to teach me some actual tactics this time. In combat, coordinating attacks and knowing when to break line of sight is crucial. Smoke is a tool to dictate battle on your terms. Use it to disengage and retreat in a pinch or disrupt enemy forces. Speed to activate defensive modules on a unit. Alright, I gotta remember all these keys on the keyboard, I guess. Oh, it does say, okay, in the bottom right it says, it lists those controls, so that's helpful. You have something to reference there. Both tanks under your control are equipped with a smoke launcher. These modules require time to reload. And I'm assuming we have a limited number of them, right? Use a look command towards or near a hostile to direct a unit to target it. Right, I kind of figured that out before. Alright, yeah, so again, I feel like it probably should have had me like actually do the smoke. Like, walk me through doing the actual action of doing the smoke and everything, like, rather than give me a list of things that I have to remember. And then just chucking me into it like that. So I guess the B is the smoke, and then I don't really know how it works. Like, do I have to press B and then click somewhere, something like that? Like, I don't really know. I guess I'll just try right now. All right, just spits it out in front of you, I guess. Like, takes time to reload. So, but this one I can try with this one, right? Yeah, it's just the way you're facing, I guess. All right. Oh, wait. Okay, pause. Wait, huh? Not sure what just happened there. So I right-clicked on this, and then it's like the path disappeared. I was trying to undo this. The first time I right-clicked on it, like, this path disappeared, so that was weird. I don't know if there's a little bit of a bug there. It's kind of a strange little thing. But so presumably there's going to be... Wait. All right. Well, there was like a highlight around these. Oh, there it is. So why can't we have these nice boxes when I'm zoomed in more? Like, I can't see anything. There's just nothing I can really properly look at to identify that anything is there. But like when I zoom out, now it's like, oh well, there's these nice red boxes that stand out quite well, actually. I guess there's these little rectangles there, but yeah, it's kind of strange. I guess we're gonna keep it here for now, so I get a little bit more visual feedback. Alright, so from what I remember from what the tutorial said is that it's crucial to know when to break line of sight, but I'm not sure if it told me when that is, if you know what I mean. Like I have smoke, and I can use it, and it will help me to break line of sight, but why and when should I use it? Like, how do I go from that knowledge to a tactical application of these tools? Oh, you can kind of click in. That's cool. I like how smooth that is. That's cool. Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I actually just have no idea. Like the only thing I could think of, and it was kind of one of the first things that occurred to me before I really got into these tutorials, is like maybe there's some kind of timing elements, like if they've shot their weapons and they have to reload and stuff. You know, sometimes you have these reload timings that you can sort of do things around, but I haven't really gotten a sense that I can really detect anything like that going on. So I don't really know. Like, what should I be doing? Should I be like, I mean, I can just drive towards these guys. I'm gonna shoot at them. They're gonna shoot at me. I can throw the smoke out, and then what? I don't know if I have a way. I guess maybe if he drove up here, it looks like I might be able to sneak. No, I don't think I could fit around here. I think like sneak around behind him or something, but it doesn't look like there's anything like that going on, so I don't know. Oh, hello. Okay, there's another thing. So, okay, in this situation, maybe the smoke might help get these guys off my case while I deal with that guy, right? Like, I could understand that, but the smoke, I feel like I want to put it like up here or something, so it's like I can still see this guy to engage with him, but they can't see me. But as far as I know, the smoke only goes like directly out in front of you, right? So I'm not sure how to deal with that. And now there's also highlights here. Like, there's more stuff highlighted. Huh. Although these are quite slight, let's say. It's very slight outline. Not easy to see, but at least I can, you know, here it's more visible, and then so on and so forth. Yeah, so like, I guess I can like have this guy drive straight up here, and then it can kind of spit the smoke out or whatever. And I like, I know I can do, wait, okay. Deselect. Then I can do these things if I want to. Can I like, okay, I feel like I should be able to, if I have waypoints, I feel like I should be able to do something like these actions or something on the waypoints, right? Like tell him to move, and then when he's up here, I can do the smoke. You know, that kind of thing. Is that just not possible? Is that something planned or something? I feel like that's kind of an obvious thing, right? Yeah. That's alright, we'll deal with it. You can keep on, well, no, I guess, I don't know. Undo that. Do what you're doing. He's probably going to do that, and then once you're up here, I wanted you to face this way. Didn't I tell you to do that? I'm pretty sure I did. Stop. Okay. What's going on here? Is this not, am I not telling it to face this direction? So why is he turning presumably to engage with this tank? I feel like it's not doing what I was taught it was supposed to do, right? That's supposed to tell him to face this way, right? And I pressed B. I don't know if it came out yet. Maybe I didn't have it selected. Why is he turning? I have a fuel leak. Is that a status effect? I assume that's what that is. Well, that's not very helpful, is it? Okay, yeah, so this kind of, I feel like this whole thing sort of fell apart because of that issue there. I was like very deliberately, why does this turn red sometimes, by the way? What is that? And why is there a circle now? Yeah, that was strange. So I don't know if it's me being confused about it or it not doing what it was supposed to, but I hope it was clear what I was trying to do there. I was trying to make sure it was facing this direction because of the fact that the smoke comes out of the direction you're facing, so I wanted to put the smoke here, naturally. And now what? I don't know. That was my only goal, was to just try to deal with that one guy and keep those guys from blowing me up in the process, but yeah, I don't know what else to do from here. Also, like, so I have a fuel leak, but what can I do with that? I don't know. Am I just like stuck with that reality for the rest of the mission or something? I don't know what else to do. Like, I try and kill it, or are they gonna chase me? Can I just kind of run away and they'll stay put? And I don't know. I believe this facility is the staging area for the mercenary company we've been fighting all day. They may have kept their best units in reserve. Stay vigilant and crush them. Alright, yeah, it's not exactly clear at a glance where the drivable areas are, right? Like, you have this thing where you can kind of highlight the buildings, but it's a bit annoying to just have to like do that, like just do that all over the place to try and figure out where the roads are and stuff, and because it's like one of those things where you would kind of assume it would be pretty obvious to see where the negative space is, right? But I mean, I guess you can kind of tell if you look closely enough. Why is this person suppressed? To stay vigilant and crush them, like what, So I'm supposed to be learning tactics, and I learned how to activate the smoke, and I feel like that's about it. I don't really know. Like, if I knew where the enemies were, I could be like, I don't know. Should I just like move around until I see one, and then like hit the reverse, and then they're not gonna chase after me? Is that kind of the way that they work? And then I can try to go around behind them or something like that. It feels kind of silly because I feel like the sensible thing would be like if an enemy spots you that they might pursue or something rather than just sit there, but I don't know if that's the case or not. We will often be outnumbered and outgunned by enemy. Strategy makes a difference. Here are some basics. Oh, so she's going to actually give me more now. Okay. When advancing, make sure you cover all the angles and move as a squad. At intersections, try to swing through and cover both sides. What does that mean? Oh, okay. I mean, the phrase "swing through" doesn't really mean anything to me. I'm not sure if that's just me or what, but cover both sides, I assume they mean with like the facing directions. Like, I feel like you could be a little bit more clear with that. Check alleyways for ambushes. Again, I assume they're kind of talking about the facing thing. Frontal brawls are won by the numerically superior force. An extra tank is an extra gun, which is also not being suppressed. Flanking is crucial to exploit enemy armor weaknesses. Attempt to hit at the sides or rear of enemies and avoid being ambushed from behind. Stop to fire. Your squad should fire and maneuver, but not all at once. Even vehicles with stabilizers will suffer from accuracy on the move, so I didn't realize that. So that's helpful. So what did I learn? presumably to use the facing orders or turning, is it turning orders? Is that the phrase? Probably some technical phrase. To check both sides of intersections and alleyways, and then not to move while shooting, and then obviously not to take a head-on assault unless you have higher numbers. Okay. Oh, there's like actually something going on here. There's an enemy here, I guess. Like, oh, okay, so it's like right here again. I feel like that should be a little bit more obvious. Yeah, all I can really think of is kind of what I said before, is like drive around until you spot someone and then try to reverse course and flank them or something. It did mention flanking, but like, it's one thing if I already had information and stuff, like if I knew where they were already or something like that, but nope. Oh, okay. So there's a guy here. I don't know what what do I do with that information? He's like kind of tucked away. It's not like I can just drive around behind him or something. I have no idea. I mean, other than putting 2 on 1, I mean, I guess that's tactics. But I'm guessing there might be some other enemies around. Is there line of... Again, there's one of these funny buildings where it's not highlighted like the other ones are. So it's hard to see like where that, like, this is clearly going through this angle, but then there's some depth to the structure, so it's like it's hard for me to tell exactly where. I mean, presumably there's a line of sight here. I can't really tell. So there's an eye with a slash through it. Does that mean that he can't see me, or that they can't see it at all? Or I don't know. It wasn't really spotted. I don't get it. Hold up. So if I can see him, why doesn't it shoot at him? What does that mean? What's the deal? Okay. Now it's shooting. I don't understand why you could see it from all the way over here, but it doesn't shoot until you get over here. Like, what is the difference maker there? Okay, so I guess I am presenting my side against their front, so I guess that's not ideal either. Though, yeah, I guess the best thing I could do is just to try and do this kind of thing if I'm gonna go into position, right? Try and get them to put the forward armor forward. No. Okay, so I right click It's trying to, okay, that's why. So I right click this, it's trying to do the thing, this thing, because they're both selected. What I was trying to do is to cancel this turning order. It's a little bit annoying the way that that works. Yeah, I feel like you could change that. Like if I actually right click on the thing to not do this anymore. You know what I mean? Maybe even like undo the selection if you need to make it make sense. We're trying to go over here, right? Like through here. I don't know if we can. There might be other tanks around. Should I just try to hunt them all down? I guess our goal is to go here and then up here, right? So I don't know if I should try and look around. I don't know, just see what happens. Oh, so these affect, oh my gosh, okay. Well, interesting. So I didn't, this didn't register in my mind as like an alleyway. But I guess I just literally a second before this guy spotted me or whatever, or I spotted him, I guess. I realized that these tankers or whatever they are can actually block sight as well, even though they're not structures. So that's interesting to know. Can I like drive through this or something? Oh, I think it just blew up. So I guess it's go time. Hold up. Don't show your back. Can I just physically push them around? Wait, who is shooting? Oh. Okay. I'm hoping there isn't like an area of effect or something where I'm going to take friendly fire. I don't know if that's a thing. Ordnance, okay. The unit has an ordnance launcher. Press Q to switch to ordnance aim mode. Okay, this is kind of, I kind of wish I could have aimed the, wait, can I aim the smoke? Does that count as ordnance or is that something else? And I'm wondering why it click to queue a fire order. This will also order the unit to turn towards that direction. In ordnance mode, right mouse button to cancel queue again to cycle to a different ordnance type if available. Be careful, ordnance are powerful tools with a limited number of uses. Make sure you keep your distance when firing. Some ordnance can lock onto units. Others, such as the one equipped on my tank, is especially effective against buildings. Try to clear a path ahead. Oh, okay. That's why it's telling it to me now. So I was kind of confused because I thought I was going to go around here. Like I thought this was like a detour and then I was going to have to go back and around here. So I was like wondering why going here specifically triggered the tutorial, because I was assuming I could have just skipped this area, which it might just be the case that it would have triggered it, like if I went over here, maybe it would have triggered the same tutorial or something. I'm not sure, but if not, then you know that would be a concern. Like you wouldn't want the player to just be able to go around the tutorial there. So Q is ordnance targeting. Looks like it's whatever this BRC rocket is, I guess. And then escape is can't wait. What? Q again to cancel. Escape to cancel. See, I'm not. Is it right click? Right click to cancel. Okay. Yeah. So again, the benefits of tutorializing in context. You can kind of walk the player through things and make sure that they do it correctly and stuff, is that I don't have to remember what I read, you know, several lines ago for little details like that and stuff. It's just much easier for people to remember when they actually do it, you know. So why can I click on that? Oh, what in the hell? So if I click on that, it just shoots it? Like whatever direction I'm facing? That was very Unexpected. I guess I must have damaged that guy or something because he's already taking damage. That was very unexpected. Okay. How should I? What? Can we not? Okay, I guess we're not in line of sight. I don't. How did he not shoot back at me? I'm confused now. Is that not what happened? Did he not shoot at me? Did it just show that they took damage or something? I'm feeling like the feedback I'm getting is just not clear enough here. No, I kind of want. Oh, he's already dead, is he? Is he dead? I genuinely don't know. Okay. I guess he's dead. I don't like. How are you supposed to tell? How are you supposed to tell if they're dead or not? I can kind of see like a little smoke particle, but. All right, that was interesting. Let me try. So this one doesn't have anything over here. So if I press Q with that tank, it doesn't seem to do anything right now. If I try to shoot and like another tank is in the way, is that going to be a problem? I guess we're going to find out, right? Alright, that's pretty cool. So I want to undo these. Kind of annoying. I have to deselect them first. I didn't what am I doing? I'm messing up all the controls here. I'm supposed to make them face. Whoop. Why did you stop? Reverse, wait, control, reverse. And then maybe make you stop too. No, let's not do that. Here, let me. So if I'm paused and I press B to do smoke, it doesn't do anything, right? Is it? Trying to do this sort of thing. Oh, this person's getting blocked by the smoke, right? Whoops. Mistakes were made. Well, I see another couple things here, so maybe there's 3 of them and 2 of me. Doesn't seem very helpful. I literally only used the smoke because I wanted to try to set these up with the forward armor forward and the guns pointed in the right direction. Unfortunately, this guy's in the smoke still, so that's not helpful. And, oh, are you? Holy crap, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It's just a lot of pixels. I genuinely don't know, like, what is this? Structural supply. It's just a rectangle. What the heck? I don't know. I guess we're moving on. Okay, I want to cancel the turning orders here. Nice work, Commander. Let's report to our employer. Our pay is based on several factors. Taking losses will incur heavy recovery costs. In addition to pay from completing objectives, we will receive a bounty for every enemy unit destroyed. Alright, so unfortunately I feel like it's still not entirely clear to me like what is going to be a more intelligent action versus, you know, just running your tanks towards whatever needs to be shot and letting them shoot it, right? Like there's a couple of little things here and there, like trying to make sure you're facing the direction that the enemy is going to be sooner rather than later, right? So that makes sense. And then we've got trying not to get shot in the butt. That makes sense. Although a little tricky because when you're talking about angles and stuff, I guess you're likely to have your side facing anything that goes at you from an angle. Or if they're just in front of you, then you're not making any decisions because they're just going to be in front of you, I guess. But there's a little bit that you can do, I guess, to try to manage the facing direction of the rest of your tank to get your strongest armor forward. Seems like. Apart from that, I don't really know what much to do with what we've got here. Like flanking makes sense if you happen to know where the enemy is, but it doesn't seem like you can really know where the enemy is without them knowing where you are. And then a lot of times they're kind of in spots where flanking doesn't seem very likely or possible. Maybe there's certain situations. I think in one of the earlier tutorials I kind of worked out a way to get behind someone or something, but I don't know. I'm just gonna jump into this next thing real quick. I don't want to record this too much longer here. Nearby comms facility has been designated as a key enemy command post as an ancient data line passes through the area. Communicate with both command and nearby units. Decapitating their command structure is a major priority. 3 enemy command trucks, eliminate them and extract. Oh, so it actually is showing me something important, I assume, on the map here. One of the command trucks. Okay, so there's 3 command trucks. It's explicitly saying one of them is here. There's another red square here, so I might infer that that's also a command truck, but apparently there's 3 of them, so I don't know, at least one is here. The enemy is likely to be waiting for us along the main roads. We are outnumbered, but they are spread out. I recommended ambushing and defeating their forces in detail. Escape to acknowledge. Alright, we've got 4. This one has some ordnance. That one has ordnance. I don't really know like what tank is what or anything like that. It's all a bit too much complexity for me at the moment. So I guess we're supposed to check the alleyways. I pause this. It seems like they really want to zigzag. Like, is that not kind of weird how they like very this seems like you must have might be a little bit of a bug in the coding or something. It seems like you're definitely getting it so that we've got these spread out destinations, but they're getting crisscrossed. I mean, that's got to be an error, right? It seems like it always does that. And then what do we do? I guess we want to check that first, or we can like do waypoints or something. Yeah, it feels kind of exhausting to try and like do this many things. Maybe we want to do them all this way at first, and then I don't know if anything's gonna, well, I can already see down here, I guess. Maybe go back to... Aren't you supposed to be looking that way? Pretty sure you are. Hold on. Yeah, I wish there was a way to cancel just this motion instead of everything. Maybe keep you facing this way, I don't know. Oh, yeah, see. I also get a little thrown off by the difference between the rooftops and the actual position of the buildings and stuff. Like there's a little bit of an offset there. It kind of messes with me a little bit. Are there any like things you can find in the levels, like little collectibles or something? I'm wondering if like how much benefit is there to exploration. There's also I think I said that there was a thing here. What is it? Command truck was like around here, right? So I guess we do want to go over here. Let me just bring all of these. Fortunately, the only way to do that is with this thing. This guy's watching my 6, I guess. That guy's stuck. It can't be right. Oh, nope. See, I'm trying. Alright, deselect, right click. See, I tried to give that order and I ended up telling them all to do that. So I would definitely make it so that even if stuff is selected, if you right click on a unit, that it doesn't do this move order, because it's not what I was trying to do, and that's messing me up now. So let me see if I still have these. Oh, hold on. Okay, so if I do that, wait, let's give these some weird orders, and then if I select it all and press E, okay, that cancels everyone's. I didn't realize that before. I thought it was like you had to actually specifically hover over them or something. Well, that's weird. So if I select these two and then hover over this and then press E, then it cancels the orders for the selected ones and the ones the one I was hovered over. So I feel like it was a little bit inconsistent. You should do one or the other, and I'm not sure which. Depends on which thing I'm trying to do at the moment, I guess. But that's a little weird. Yeah, so I'm kind of messing myself up here and there with the way the selection works, because you have this system where you can give orders without selecting them, but then sometimes you have need for selecting them, and then the behavior kind of changes when you do that. And sometimes I'm trying to do something else, and then it ends up like I forget that something is selected, and then I have to specifically deselect it before I can give a particular command to something else. You know what I mean? It doesn't like automatically deselect or something, so I end up doing stuff I don't intend to. So yeah, maybe just adding in more situations where it just deselects, like if you try to do something else to another guy or whatever. Maybe that's just the solution there. Okay, so I wanted you to look backwards. You guys should probably look forwards, which I can't do en masse here. Yeah, it's actually kind of annoying to have to manually deselect before you can do other things. Apart from just the fact that I keep forgetting to, it's actually also just sort of annoying to have to do it. You're supposed to go with them, so. I guess, no, see, I'm still trying to do this. Okay, yep, I'm struggling with that selection stuff. Hello! Alright, keep going. I think that thing's dead. There's an X. Okay, that means death, right? It's hard to see, but yeah, and it's not there for very long. What would happen if we went over here? Only one way to find out. Okay, so I have to deselect, then right click each one individually in order to remove that. All right, no hidden goodies. Oh, congestion. All right, wait, nope. Left click. Okay. Ah. Hold up. Now we unfortunately have to cancel all those that I just did. Now he's shooting at something already? Is that red? Why does this go red? Sometimes. Is that related to the reason or the fact that in that tutorial level I couldn't get the guy to face in the direction I needed him to shoot the smoke? Alright. Let's get these guys out. Whoa. Kind of went crazy with the camera there. Go in. Oh, it's all crisscrossed. It's completely crisscrossed. Okay. Nope. 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 Wait. Is that not? Why is this happening? Yeah, this isn't working right because I'm clicking and dragging to try to give this orders. But if I go, if I go in, okay, if I go this way, it'll work. If I go this way, it'll work. But if I go this way, what's going on here? Is it where I'm clicking, like this side of the thing doesn't work, I guess? Collision's a little goofy, I guess. Huh, that's weird, yeah. Alright. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay, the command trucks, I guess, have some heavy weapons, and my guy just got blown the hell up, I think. That's quite a mess to look at. You've got some things and stuff. Maybe we just do this sort of deal. Wait, which thing am I? Oh, okay, Q is just... Okay, this is one of these things... Like actually switching between the ordnance, pressing Q again to do that. I remember that was mentioned in the tutorial, but that was like quite a number of minutes ago, right? And this is the first time I'm actually needing to use this control. So again, it's like this issue of giving information outside of context, where luckily I was able to kind of figure that out, but if I didn't and I forgot that, which for me at least is pretty likely, that would have been problematic. But I also don't know what... I guess this one says lock and seek. I don't know which thing is what. Is there a way I can get info about this without accidentally launching it again? Yo! It just kept going. The heck? That is not what I was aiming for, that's for sure. Why did it keep going like that? And what is happening? So these guys are all shooting that, right? He's trying to shoot this. Oh, there's two things over here. Why did that just completely whiff? I thought it was gonna hit the ground here or something. Wait, do I still have all four of my tanks? I thought... Did I blow up an enemy? I thought I got blown up. I'm so confused. I can't tell what's happening. Okay, that guy's dead as hell, and then I can't tell them to... Okay, undo everything, and then right click, drag to here, right? Unfortunately, I can't tell them all to do that at the same time. This guy ignored me or something? All right, there we go. Let me just shoot whatever that is. Alright, that thing's dead. I guess all my tanks are still alive. So I'm assuming this is one of our command truck. Oh, it says 1 out of 3 up here. Okay, so I feel like you need to give some clear indication that one of the objectives was eliminated, right? Like that's a very important thing. Oh god, I guess they're actually moving around now, like on their own, and not just sitting in one place. I haven't really seen much of that, like, behavior to indicate that something would like roam around instead of just waiting to be found. But yeah, I think you need to make it really obvious that an objective was met. Fortunately, this isn't gonna work. So undo that. Let's turn around manually. None of them. Okay, it's also not. I can't tell some of these what direction they're facing. Like this one I can see is facing this way. This one I can see is facing this way. This one and this one I guess maybe that's the barrel of the gun right here. This one I just can't tell what direction it's facing currently. Like it's just not. Like on these I really have to look, but I can kind of figure it out. I feel like that's important information, right? Because what I want to know is like if it so happened that one of these guys was facing the other way or something, then maybe I can have him spit out a smoke for me, you know. But the game isn't really making an effort to give me that information, unfortunately. So I guess we're just gonna do this. That guy's getting absolutely smashed, and I don't know what I can do about it. I don't know what row is. Should I like press the R button and see what happens? I pressed the R button. I don't know if anything happened. Oh gosh, okay, I'm too zoomed in, I guess. I mean, it's hard to see because there's 4 tanks and they're in a very tight area. So like when I'm like this, it's like I can kind of see better the situation. So I can see these guys are probably not within line of sight like they ought to be. But I can't really give the order, so it's a little bit annoying to have to manage the zoom like that. And I guess it's just the nature of the thing. And get these guys. Maybe I can wait. Undo everything, right? And then you've got these things, right? Ordnance targeting. Okay, so I press Q and I click to do that, so I assume that gave him the order. But now that I've clicked, there's nothing on screen indicating that that order is happening or active, or it's going to happen when I unpause. There's just nothing. So I feel like I need some more indication of some kind, like that should. Oh wait, that turned red. So it didn't do it? Is that why it didn't? Nope. Nope. I actually genuinely don't know if it will even work. Like when it turns red like that, does that mean it's not going to work, or does that mean it's hitting an obstacle prematurely but it'll still fire? Because I want it to hit here. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I don't know. So there it goes. You guys can continue forth, I guess. Hopefully don't get too congested. Unfortunately, I can't tell these guys to target something that they don't have line of sight on. I feel like it would make sense to be able to give that particular order and just have it, like, have this line drawn in red or something to indicate that they're not in line of sight to do it yet, so that I could like give that order and then move them into line of sight, and then they would start shooting. You know what I mean? Because it makes sense that if one of my guys can see where that guy is, then these guys should be able to know, even if they don't see them themselves, right? With the sharing the information. And then I feel like that would be a reasonable thing to want to do, to be able to do that, instead of, again, it's a little weird managing the line of sights, because it's just kind of hard to tell when things are or aren't in line of sight to each other and stuff like that. So did that do anything? There's a lot of smoke and stuff. I don't know if there's like a crap ton of like dust and stuff from this sort of thing, does that affect line of sight? Because I kind of feel like, just visually looking at it, that it would. It looks like that didn't do much for clearing that out the way I hoped it would. And so I guess I can see that these guys are all targeting now, and this guy, oops, that was the wrong thing. Why are you just not? Okay, so this is red. So what does red indicate? Is it what I was just talking about? Is it like line of sight being blocked? They're not trying to do anything about that, so is that, these are still turning red. Is it from, like, are they reloading or something? Is that what that is? I don't know what's happening. Are you attacking this guy actively? I see a lot of bullets coming from this direction, but not a lot coming from my direction to them, and I don't know why. Like, I don't know what's happening. Like, are you guys just not? Are you all attacking this? This thing is dead, isn't it? What's happening right now? What is? Wait, let's just cancel everything. Okay, these are all still, like, all these lines are still here. I can't, like, undo that. They're just doing that on their own. Oh, okay. All right, nice pathing there. Interesting. Let's not do that. We're just gonna drive forward. Nope, completely missed. I've got 4 tanks. I'm not seeing 4 tanks worth of ammunition being sent in this direction, so I don't know what's happening. I just genuinely don't know. Like, are you good? It seemed to eventually die. I don't know, like, I don't even have a sense of, like, how long it takes for these things to reload and shoot again or anything, but it just definitely seemed like, it felt like there was only one thing actually shooting or something, and these are all still, like, these lines are all still here. I don't know what that is. Oh, drone? What the heck are these? What's going on? Tiny little somethings. Auto loader jam spotted. Unfortunately, the text is overlapping. What the heck? This thing is just here? What? Is it dead now? And then whatever this is. There's evil intent, but it's not, nothing's being shot. Is that gonna blow me up or something? Is that like a friggin' mine? Drone squad? Whoop. Okay. Yeah, it's unfortunate, like, I can only really see these by the green blocks here. I feel like, I'm pretty sure in a second that these are we're gonna get some better highlights, but okay, yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was the developer's decision was to have this little bit of a delay before these highlights and stuff pop up like that. But kind of the way that the game works, where you're pausing all the time, it seems like it's going to be a pretty common thing where you're going to react to something by, you know, slap the pause button as soon as you get sideswiped by a round, you know, and then every time I do that, it's like all these highlights and stuff haven't shown up yet, so it's like I feel like there's a little bit of a collision there between the idea of this having this little, I don't know if it's supposed to be a little tasteful delay or something. I'm not sure exactly what the intention is or if it's something else. But it's a little bit annoying how when I am pausing, it's like not giving me that information yet, and I don't want to have to like unpause it and then wait and then pause it again. You know, that's kind of awkward. Let's go back, I guess. Try to move these guys forward. Ouch. Now, why isn't he like turning towards the stuff that shot at him? It's kind of weird, isn't it? By the way, what's is this one of my dudes is almost dead? Is that what that means? That's too bad. I don't know what happens when one of the crew dies. There's still, whatever this drone squad thing is or whatever, is really messing me up here. Because they really are just staring at that. Alright, so is the idea we just do this, like face this way, and then these are red, so I feel like maybe they're not gonna do it. Is that true? Yeah. Why should they ignore that sometimes and just act on their own if I'm telling them to face in a direction? I feel like there might be, I can imagine situations where that could be helpful because it's like, I didn't notice something was, you know, facing away, and then they're like, oh, we see an enemy there and we're going to do it on our own or something. But if I do know what I'm doing, you know what I mean, and I give you that specific instruction, I don't see why it would ignore that, especially because I don't even know what this is or like what to do with it. I don't know what's happening with that right now. I don't know if that's bugged out or what, but I want you guys to do this so I can go fight the other guys. But they don't want to do it, so what the heck am I supposed to do? Phew. Okay, I pressed the B button, but I'm not seeing. Wait, what? I was trying to put smoke out. Do we not have smoke? Oh, there's smoke. What the? No, I pushed the B button like a lot, and now there's smoke. Is he toast? No, he's toast. And the smoke's gone already? I don't know what happened there. Yeah, that was a that was very unfortunate. I was just like, I'm gonna drive up here and I'm gonna plop the smoke and then I'm gonna figure out what to do from there, and then it was just a nightmare. Wait, oh, they finally shot at this thing, right? Is that what happened? Why? I don't even know. I don't know what's happening. Alright, drive out here, just fight these guys, I guess. Oh, there's 3 of them, dude. Hold up. Are we shooting? Why aren't you? Go! Bruh. Okay, was the track destroyed or something? Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. I feel like I got toast. I feel like I'm gonna be toast. I had an idea maybe we could like go around or something. Well, that's unfortunate. I'll tell you what. Oh, that's very strange. Not sure why the pathing would do that, but oh, Very interesting. Wait, what's in here? Nothing. All right, I'm roasting. I feel like I gotta wrap up this video. Clearly I didn't complete this yet, but I feel like we got some good feedback in here and stuff. So, and this was probably going south rapidly, but I hope that this was helpful. I will say my number one criticism with the experience overall has been the it's a combination of the visual clarity and just in general kind of getting the information I need about this and that. Apart from that, I guess it's I've play tested some of these kind of tactical games in the past, and it seems like a big challenge is just creating a clear idea of what things are going to be more optimal than others, right? For making tactical choices and stuff. Like it seems like it's quite difficult for people to actually create those sort of choices to make in a clear way. Like I've done my best to try and figure that out. Like, okay, we want to manage the direction the turrets are facing and the direction that the armor's facing, if you can, and that's something. But then, like, apart from that, I don't know. It just kind of feels like I should just try to get all of the tanks driving towards, just drive straight towards the enemy and shoot them all at once, kind of thing. And then when I get in these situations where like something is kind of out of place compared to the rest of the tank squad here, and it's getting shot at, that's obviously bad. I want to keep them all clumped together, but then just clump them together and move them towards the target to kill it doesn't seem very tactical, right? Like so where's the tactics and stuff happening? It's unfortunately whether or not it's in here, it's not clear to me like how to answer that. So I'm not getting that clear feeling of like these are options that I have that I can use and stuff. Smoke is interesting. I feel like the smoke as currently implemented feels quite weak. The way it is, it just kind of plops out directly in front of you. Like if I could just launch it, even if it's just a short ways out in front of me or something. Excuse me. I feel like that would have a lot more utility. Like if you use the this thing or something, like this aiming mode, something like that. If I could plop out smoke just a little bit of extra distance or something. I don't know if that's not. Oh, okay, so apparently if I pause and then hit escape to open this menu and then close out of that menu, it like unpauses it. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But yeah, I don't know if it's like not accurate to real tanks for the smoke to be able to be launched at a distance or something. But I feel like that would at least give me something to work with for like something that could be a little bit more tactical, right? How do I cancel this? Right click. Okay. But yeah, apart from that, just the general clarity of everything I'm finding is quite, it's just not visually clear. It's not clear at all. For the most part, I can still figure out a lot of stuff, but yeah, I'm just wanting for a lot more of that clarity and kind of clean information I can work with and stuff, and like I said, dealing with the line of sights and things like that. So I would say that's kind of the biggest thing, that and the wondering where the tactical choices are. So hopefully that's useful. Apart from that, I mean, there's a lot of good foundation here. Clearly, I think it's really slick the way that this thing works. Apart from a little bit of control niggles that I mentioned, pretty cool being able to click and drag to make these complex motions. It's actually, I mean, most RTS games or whatever, you're going to be dealing with a lot more units at once, so it wouldn't really make sense to do this kind of thing. But it's pretty cool to have that kind of granularity over the movement, and it's really intuitive and everything, so that's cool. Yeah, hopefully this is useful. Thankfully it hasn't crashed so far in this level like it did the last video with the tutorials. I don't know if that's relevant to the tutorial specifically, or I don't know, who knows what caused that, but let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.